Pete, stop trying to correlate. Pete, just draft the best players.
Bro, I'm telling you, hop in these drafts when these idiot streamers are trying to draft and talk to the chat at the same time. It's so plus EV, bro.
Oh no, I think I accidentally just took Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs. What do we call that? A no-no.
No way, you don't have to set your lineup. That's incredible.
And recently eclipsed 23%, and I'd much prefer it to be in the more 21 to 22% range.
You guys are so sick because this morning, it's hot out here. I made an iced coffee, It's gone now. And I was about to top off with another iced coffee. And then I go, God damn it. The chat will roast me if I don't give them a pour. So I had to go make a pot of coffee just to appease you guys. Please do not ever tell me that I don't care about the viewers, that I don't care about you guys. So here we are, even though I've already had my iced coffee, I have a pot that I made just for you. This is essentially a prop coffee. This is prop coffee. I don't even want it. I'm well caffeinated. I got my XFL mug here. Is the XFL gonna squash the USFL next year? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the pour. There you go. You happy? You happy? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everyone in the chat. What do we have? William is hungry for best ball. Paul V has the countdown. I need to add that to my stream materials. Countdown to week 17. GM Historical Anomalies has found the new bonk emote that I put in here. That's just for Spags. Bullock speaking a little Espanol this morning. Maybe some huevos rancheros for breakfast. Willis. It is the summer of 17. The people are still immensely triggered about week 17 correlation. When I made that video, I really didn't know. I honestly didn't think it was going to be such a hot button thing. But apparently it is. Apparently it is. I'm still waiting for someone to actually show their work on why week 17 correlation isn't valuable. I've seen people push back against it, saying they don't want to do it, which is fine. But I have yet to see any compelling evidence that we shouldn't be focusing on week 17. Hopefully someone's working on that article. I would like to read that. Not doing the draft on a machine, weak. I know. I think I need to get one of those treadmill desks, and then I can just kill 3 birds with 1 stone. I can do a best ball breakfast. I can do an underdog cardio club, and I can work my way toward maxing BBM3. I think that's ultimately the goal here. Let's see. Yes. Ooh, yeah. Cardio Club tanks out. You guys probably saw this in the Cardio Club video, but this is what you will be receiving if you complete your Underdog Cardio Club challenge. I believe I have the link down to that below. Also details on the Underdog Network. Basically, you have to do 7 Best Ball Mania drafts during the month of June while also doing cardio. I got a DM from someone yesterday saying, does it count if I do a draft while pushing my daughter in a stroller? And what I told that individual was the spirit of the Underdog Cardio Club is building up a sweat while drafting. So as long as you're building up a sweat, we're going to allow it. But come on, this isn't about a stroll. This is about cranking it up to 13 on the Stairmaster, getting your screen on your phone all sweaty, then trying to wipe your hands off just to make a pick before you time out. That is what the spirit of the Underdog Cardio Club is. How are we doing? It looks like Willis gave the stamp of approval on the pour. Sags like seeing my arms. Sun's out, guns out. I hope my wife doesn't see your arms. There we go. Yes, Crypto Bros down so bad. We're all down so bad right now. That's why we have Best Ball. Not only the ultimate distraction, but the ultimate stable coin. Why dollar cost average into BTC when you could dollar cost average into BBM3? That's what the barbell bros don't tell you. That really, I like to dollar cost my entries over the course of the summer. All right. Should we do this? Let's see. Chaos says, yes, we do have t-shirts as well for the Cardio Club. There's going to be 2 options. You can get the tank version or the shirt option. They're only coming in the gray though. At first, when I was working on the design with Redmond, I was like, I think we should do black because the gold pops on the black. And Redmond goes, no, 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 no. Because you want the sweat equity of being able to see the sweat on the shirt, which was an incredible call by Redmond, who's full of incredible calls. He pushed us to the gray shirt. We did test it, sweat tested it, and they look fabulous. Excited to see you guys all in your tanks come beginning of July. All right, let's hop in a draft. Let's do it. The puppy filled over the weekend. I was frantically trying to enter them on Saturday at the beach. I think I got in the second to last one before it filled. And now all that's left for now is BBM3. So we will hop in a BBM3 draft. It looks like you sickos are already in here and it's filled. Please don't make me do this, Kit Cloud Kicker. Why is week 17 so important in best ball? Myself and Michael Dubner literally spent tens and tens of hours making a video about this very subject. The link is down below. The video is called Week 17 is All That Matters. Watch the rest of this stream, then hop over and watch that video. I do legitimately think we do a really good job showing our work. If you walk away from that video still confused, I don't know, watch it at 0.75x speed instead. That's the thing. Everyone's all about 2x listening to podcasts. What about listening at 0.75x, guys? 0.5x. Really make a meal of it. GM, Sauce King. Me says, can we get Underdog Cardio Club sweatpants to wear on planes? So I did put some sweatpants in the store for the Deposit Kingdom Discord. We have a rewards program based on your levels in the Discord and how active you are. And once you get to a certain level, you can redeem that level for a free pair of joggers or shorts. But I could talk to Underdog. It's a little hard, a tough sell for sweatpants in the middle of June, though. Maybe come fall, though, we could have a little Underdog sweatpants for sweating your best ball teams throughout the fall. What do we got going on here? I'm at pick 7. No Influencer 101 for me today. Let's see. You guys say I never do 0 RB anymore. Let's see if we can head down that path. I will try to head down that path for you guys today. Drafting Stephon Diggs at 1-7. I've seen a lot of chatter on Twitter that everyone hates, picks 1-8, 1-9, 1-10. I definitely feel that. Never a fun pick. Never feels fun taking Dalvin or Derrick Henry or Najee. Every week 17 bro is setting up the Devontae Adams and Deebo Samuel. If you try to get Derrick Henry, it's almost impossible to get CeeDee Lamb. It never feels great taking Travis Kelce, even though he's a great pick, but there's some other really palatable elite tight end prices. That entire just back half, basically after pick 5. I think everyone feels very good about those first 5 picks. And then after that, I love Diggs. And then it's like, well, all right, we'll just take a pick. Michael says, Pete, feel like giving us a tiny hint at the mystery prize of the Cardio Club. I feel like I've been giving out some little hints. Basically what I will say is if you are a best ball grinder that plans on doing a ton of BBM3 drafts, maybe even maxing it out, this reward, this piece of utility will be particularly interesting to you. That's what I'll say. If you're only doing 1 or 2 drafts this year, well, first of all, that's impossible because to get into the club, you would have done 7. I basically am just going to assume if you're doing 7 BBM3 drafts on the cardio, you're probably going to be putting in decent volume in this contest. And if that is true, you'll be very stoked about the reward. I don't want to steal our thunder too much, though, so I can't leak too much out there. But it's not merch. It will have a real tangible monetary value. That's about as much as I'm going to say from the secret front. Yeah, Nick says, I don't hate reaching for Swift there. Yeah, that's what I did yesterday. I posted a team. I did kind of a modified hyperfragile build where I took Henry and Swift in the first 2 rounds, and then I took J.K. Dobbins in the late 5th. I definitely like Swift a lot there as well. Let's see. That's right, Alex. It really is about the friends we made along the way. It would be really cool too if we get to see everyone's cumulative stats by the end of the summer, how many calories burned, how many teams you drafted. I'm surprised I haven't seen any weight loss bets pop up surrounding Underdog Cardio Club. See, this, Willis, I can't win with you. Willis, you're either in the comments saying I miss when Pete and the Piss Boys used to go 0 RB. Now they don't ever do it. Then I pass on Eckler and you say I hate Eckler. I can't win. It doesn't matter who I pick. All right, we are going to keep taking Deebo Samuel here in the second round. I do feel like Deebo is just slightly mispriced. I think he's a great pick at the 1-2 turn. So if I'm getting any bit of a slide here on Deebo, I'm happy to take that and pair him with Diggs. So we got a nice, I mean, although should I just end the stream since the Bills and the 49ers don't play each other in the playoffs? I mean, imagine preaching the importance of correlation and then not correlating with your first two picks. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Michael, it is not a cactus. We have already received our cacti. We have already received our cacti. No more cacti coming. Week 17 magnet. You guys are giving me good ideas, though. How have I not put a week 17 magnet in the store? Let's see. Bullock says, taking Henry at 7, he one of your highest exposures so far, Pete. Yes. My Derrick Henry exposure is out of control. Should we go take a quick peek at my exposures? Maybe we'll save that for another day. I'm still not that many deep. I think I'm up to 36 or 37 Best Ball Mania 3 drafts. I was doing the math the other day and I was like, shit, I need to be entering these at about at least one a day clip. I'm not going to have the luxury of time that apparently a lot of the barbell bros have. I know August is going to be absolutely crazy for me. We're going to be doing, 9 or 10 main event drafts over at Ship Chasing, going to be doing some traveling. We're scaling up the Fantasy Life newsletter. We'll have randomizers going, all this stuff. So I cannot be a barbell bro with you guys this year. I am sorry. You guys have my blessing. I love what you're doing. I agree with it, but I do not have that luxury. I must have a steady drip of BBM3 drafts throughout the summer to max this bad boy. I was going to say max this puppy, and then I thought that could be confusing, so I switched to bad boy at the last second, and it came out weird. Willis would buy a week 17 magnet. This is the kind of focus grouping I like to do with my merch stuff. I did put some new tanks in the store. There's Deposit Kingdom tanks, Ship Chasing tanks, randomizer tanks. I am on the clock here. Oh boy. Am I going to take Nick Chubb? Look at this. This is such a moment of truth. This is such a moment of truth. I don't end up with a lot of Nick Chubb. Let's grab Nick Chubb here. See, Pete relapsed. Can't even help himself. Do you know what? Someone made the nicest compliment the other day. I don't know if it was on a YouTube video or in Twitter. They said, Pete, you're such a value hound. You're a value hound. I like that. That's a compliment. Ideally, we want to be all these things, right? We want to be a value hound. We want to be a structural bro. We want to be a week 17 bro. We want to meld them all together into one best ball Voltron that triggers everyone. People asking if the reward is the spike week tools. No, that would be an absolute coup for BBM3. He should ask Underdog if they can include that there, but it's not. If you guys missed, we had BBM3 on Ship Chasing on Wednesday. That's a separate YouTube channel. We dove deep into kind of the week 17 conversation more. We talked a lot about all of these elements that we're trying to put together when we draft. I highly recommend that show over on Ship Chasing. UX says anybody but Pittman there, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have any strong Pittman takes. He does seem slightly pricey. I definitely don't want to have 0 Pittman this year. Do you know what I was thinking about the other day with the Colts? Remember how last year Mo Alley Cox was one of our favorite round 18 flyers? And now no one's talking about him this year. I kind of still like Mo Alley Cox as a late round flyer. He's getting what I assume will be a little bit of a quarterback upgrade And I think this offense is going to be a little better. He played basketball. I mean, what more do we want out of a late tight end flyer? Why are we out on Mo Alley Cox? All right, what is POOS going to do here? Please let me have Kyle Pitts. Please, I will do a jumping jack if you give me Kyle Pitts. Please. On this beautiful Monday morning, do not time out and take Kyle Pitts. Do not time out and take Kyle Pitts. Do not time out and take Kyle Pitts. You timed out and took Kyle Pitts. God damn it. All right, then we'll just take Waller. I don't know why I mean, Kyle Pitts at pick 41 is pretty nice, but we'll just take Waller here. How do I become a Glow Bro? What's Glow Bro? Am I missing on that? Are you talking about the Glow font on here? Matt Liv just literally picked MAC. There you go. I like that, Matt. Matt Ryan at 180 with Alec Pierce and Mac. I've been taking some Alec Pierce. I will admit I have not taken a lot of Matt Ryan. Nick Bird says, I love Big Cox in the 18th. I believe men on the internet after comments like this are made go, pause. Huh, you love Big Cox in the 18th. Pause. Let's see. Bullock, don't justify his decisions. He had to take Kyle Pitts. No, he timed out and got auto-drafted. Perfect correlation. Let he who is not accidentally timed out and hit perfect correlation cast the first stone. I believe it was on Splash Play the other day. Spags and I were arguing about something. We had a Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs team. We got timed out in the 5th, and Gabriel Davis was our auto selection. Sometimes you just run pure. We have the bot that is not a bot chiming in. He heard the siren song of bot triggering words and came in. Oh, where did you get your neon lights from your room? This is their Hue lights. You get like a Hue light hub, and then any of the other lights can be connected to that via Bluetooth, and then you can make different scenes. It's very fun. It's very fun. That's right, JW. The motto of the summer of 17 is don't hate, just correlate. Or if you saw the randomizer draft on Thursday, the theme was, what was it? Skate and correlate. FF Doom had a great suggestion where he made Davis Maddock do a kickflip during the draft. If you guys missed the randomizer drafts, we're going to be rolling with those every Thursday. It's a best ball draft where every pick is dictated by a prompt on the wheel. I'm very excited to have JJ Zacharyson, aka the late round QB, come on the show on Thursday. JJ's never done the randomizer. He had FanDuel handcuffs on forever, and now he is unleashed and ready to do a randomizer draft. MJ says, thoughts on the retirement of the all-time GOAT RBX88 returning to poker. This is just another line of the DFS-ification of best ball, trying to get me to talk about DFS on a best ball stream. But yes, RBX88, World Series of Poker winner, multi-millionaire winner, has retired, presumably to have more midweek orgies in his upstate New York home. All right, what are we going to do here? Let's see. I am going to take Rashad Bateman. Hopefully that pleases the panel. How does everyone feel about Rashad Bateman? I need to update my spreadsheet here, trying to keep track of my correlations. You tried to distract me while thinking about RBX88 having an orgy, but I cannot be stopped from correlating. Master Bateman, wow. We got our minds in the gutter. Al says Bateman is a dog. Bonk. William, you must be new here. Zeke Elliott or David Montgomery. Look, I may have relapsed a little bit as a high testosterone, hyper fragile bro, but let's not go too far. Come on. We're not taking Zeke and David Montgomery. Come on. Michael says, any season-long NFL bets you fired at yet? I haven't. Basically what happens is sports betting is not legal in Massachusetts yet. Most of the offshore books do not have any of the good season-long props up. And so I am stuck here drafting best ball teams. But apparently it's supposed to be very close in Massachusetts, legalized sports betting. We shall see. We shall see. No Bosock says, don't think I've been able to draft Bateman and Lamar yet. Well, why didn't you could have let me draft Bateman and Lamar, but you just had to go and take Lamar Jackson there. You just had to do it to me. Tyler says, we need someone to meme the office chili pot spill with correlations and exposures falling out. That'd be good. Sounds high effort, but I think that'd be good. Matt says they'll get that done in mass before the NFL season. From your lips to God's ears, Matt. Josh says Ohio is getting our sports book in January 1st. That sounds nice. Too bad you'll be too focused on your week 17 stacks to make any sports bets on January 1st. All right, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? I'm probably just going to keep drafting wide receivers. I like wide receivers. They make me feel good. They make me feel warm and fuzzy. I believe I will take Drake London. Why are you taking Drake London, Pete? Well, because he plays Baltimore week 16. I'm just kidding. I'm taking Drake London because he's a young, exciting rookie who I think is going to have a good year and finish the season strong when it matters the most. I promise you. This is a peace offering to all the player take bros. I just selected Drake London because I like him, ... in a vacuum. Not because he plays Baltimore in week 16. I promise I did not make that decision based on week 16 correlation. I promise I have player takes. I feel so strongly about players and what they can do. Was that convincing? I honestly did just take Drake London because I like him. That week 16 correlation is just a bonus. Just a bonus. And the value. Correct. The value. Because why? Because I'm a value hound. Francis says I ruined his week 17 card stack. That's right. There's no more players on the Falcons for you. Once you get shut out of the premium bring back, you're shit out of luck. Thank you, Willis. My man, I put it on a tee. Willis just takes a swing, promo cut home run in a vacuum. Isn't that an amazing podcast? Find it wherever you get your podcasts. And could you leave a 5-star review? It would really help us out. The only thing I've been posting on there are these Best Ball Breakfast streams. Apparently, a few hundred of you would prefer to listen to it in audio form, which to each his own. To each his own. But then I have to remember to do things like, for the audio listeners, we've started this draft, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Nick Chubb, Darren Waller, Rashad Bateman, Drake London. And then they're driving around or doing chores and they go, thank you, Peter. That was really nice of you to think of the audio listeners while doing this visual medium stream. You do really care about everyone. And now that I think about it, the fact that you even made a cup of coffee, a pot of coffee, just so the chat could get their ASMR fix to start their week. You really are a man of the people, Pete. And look, even though I think you've gone way too crazy with this week 17 correlation stuff, the fact that you summarized our team for the audio listeners means the world to me. And for that, I'm going to leave you a 4-star review on iTunes. All right, what are we going to do here? Are there any quarterbacks we want to take in this range? No. Do I want to take Eli Mitchell? No. Do I want to take Michael Thomas? Not really. Let's go Brandon Ayuk. Let's go Brandon Ayuk. Oh man, Willis, just hearing the name Olamide Zaccheaus is triggering for me. Do you know what? This actually reminds me. I think I was heading down a path of finding this year's Olamide Zacchaeus. I noticed in all of my Daniel Jones stacks, I've been taking Darius Slayton late. In the ship chasing Discord yesterday, Greg Warsh, did I pronounce your name right? He sent me a screenshot from the Athletic saying Darius Slayton might not even make the team, that he might lose out that spot to Richie James. And so this is a good reminder. Do not fall in love with your wide receiver 4s and wide receiver 5s. So now I will be mixing in some Richie James. Thank you, Greg. And thank you, Willis, for this very triggering PTSD-induced reference to Olamide Zacchaeus. The poor hits harder on a podcast, ATX says. That is true. That is true, right? Because you're not getting distracted by all the stimulus, the underdog tank. Instead, all you can hear is the sweet, sweet sounds of a coffee pour. It would, Nick. It would be a damn shame if someone sniped Lance. Don't worry. I'll just grab Jimmy G late. I'll just grab Jimmy G. He's going to be the quarterback. Michael says, have you noticed a top 6 round ADP rise more than Cortland Sutton? He used to be the wide receiver 37 and is now top 20. That is an interesting point because I believe what initially steamed it was the Jerry Jeudy potential suspension news. Then that all got cleared up and Sutton's ADP never retraced back. I do think there's probably some, I don't know if it's having quite the stacking ADP bump that say the Chargers are getting right now, where everyone's just reaching for Mike Williams at the 2-3 turn because they grab Kupp and they want to set that up. That is a good point, Michael. I'm not sure what's going on with the Sutton stuff and why Jeudy hasn't flipped him. Because I feel like if you just did informal straw polls, maybe we'll do the chat. Chat, are you on Team Sutton or Team Jeudy? In a vacuum, who do you prefer this year? Give me Sutton's or Judy's in the chat. Yeah, Nick says what's his face? ETN is super, super steamy. Very much so. All right, the chat is weighing in here. Let's see what POOS is going to do with this 1 QB, 4 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end build. I'm just not going to mess around. I'm not going to get cute. I'm just going to take Trey Lance with this pick. We'll get our double stack there. I mean, just guys, look at this correlation. Trey Lance to Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk with the Darren Waller bring back. Just beautifully correlated. All right, let me try to figure out the chat here. Jeudy, Sutton, Jeudy, Sutton, Dulcich, Jeudy, Sutton. I have no idea. Correct answer. Jeudy, the judge, Jeudy, Sutton, Tim Patrick, Willis, Sutton. Someone say Hamler for good measure. Jeudy, team all Denver wide receivers. I like that take. Patrick, you guys are sick. Sutton. In a vacuum, Jeudy adds more enticing. So it seems like everyone's honestly pretty split. If someone wants to actually go tally those votes, please do. But my very quick scan of the chat says it's pretty split. It is pretty split. There you go. Josh says it was close to 50-50, very slight lean on Sutton, which is reflected in the ADP. All right, what kind of builds do we have going? Yeah, this POOS here I keep wanting to say this piece of shit. POS. This POOS has a very interesting build. 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 wide receiver. Very, very interesting. Nick says he has way too much Hamler, and I like that kind of glutton. I mean, Hamler is just such a fun pick, right? He's not expensive enough that he's going to kill you if for some reason he just doesn't see the field this year. He's not that involved. It's so easy for him to pay off his price tag. Literally just needs 1 or 2 spike weeks, preferably one of them weeks 15 through 17. And then there's massive smash outcomes within there. Maybe he is Russell Wilson's Tyler Lockett. Maybe Tim Patrick or Sutton or Jeudy get hurt. There's just all kinds of ways that I think Hamler can deliver at that cost. Love Hamler. We had a big debate on ship chasing a few weeks ago about that. I mean, Gretsch wants to take Hamler over Patrick ... in a vacuum. I don't even think that that's a absurd take, especially when you cost adjust. Once you cost adjust, I mean, Hamler's by far the better pick. What are we going to do here with this pick? I know what I'm going to do if Fur allows me to. Fur, are you going to allow me to take who I want? Are you going? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take Cordell Patterson here. I am going to take Cordell Patterson at pick 95, or his ADP is 95. I'm at pick 103. Just making sure. Or do I want to take, I already have Drake London. I do like Kenneth Walker too, but since we've already made a bet on the Falcons, let's add to it with Cordell Patterson. DJ says, do you ever draft both week 17 QBs in the matchup you built around because of the correlation? I don't go out of my way to do that, but sometimes it certainly happens. I think trying to think of somewhere I've just naturally landed on it, like a Tua and Mac Jones team. I'm more inclined to do it when they're cheaper. I guess I actually don't mind the Trey Lance, Derek Carr stuff. I don't think it's something you should necessarily be going out of your way to do, but it just feels like a neutral thing to me. Just kind of, if it happens, it happens, but I don't see any particular advantage to it per se. You can still only use one of those scores each week. Bullock, you have to go to work. Don't you mean school? Do you have summer school right now, Bullock? 2 Atlanta players. What could go wrong? Yeah, Carr Lance. Everyone likes Carr Lance. Willis says Rodgers Cousins. Yeah, both of those, because the prices seem right on those, right? I think you could also do what? You could do a Kyler and then you get your Ritter. Did I see a report? Was it Chris in the Ship Chasing Discord posted a report that Ritter's expected to see a few starts this year? I could feel Ritter getting some steam by the time the season starts to get closer. If we continue to get reports like that, I mean, he starts to look like such a fun pick in the 18th. Sags says, and boy, is that triggering because I thought Spags? No, Sags. Pete, which game do you think of as right now is the least stacked game in week 17? This is a good question too, because I was trying to think through. Yesterday, I was thinking, what if we had real-time ownership on stacks and players in the most frequented combinations? How fascinating would that be to see the field adjust and react to that in real time? Let me make this pick, and then I will think through it, and I'm sure the chat will have some suggestions as well. Let's see what POOS says. We're going to grab Tyler Boyd. I could do my Carr Lance thing here, but I gotta get my Steph Diggs bring back. I gotta do it. And maybe Carr will fall to us as well. People saying Cleveland, Washington, I think is a very, very good suggestion. Detroit, Chicago. That one's kind of fun. I don't know. I think there's enough interest in the Lions, at least from the people I talk to. Washington, Cleveland has to be the least stacked right now. I'm just looking at my spreadsheet. Yeah, I can't think of a better one than that. I would say even after that, low key, people like stacking, Kamara and AJ Brown. But outside of that, I do not see much enthusiasm for Eagles and New Orleans either. D. Weiss says, POS, single-handedly ruining my morning. What is he up to now? Chris Olave, Christian Watson. What did he do? He sniped you on a Green Bay stack, D Weiss? I see. I see. Aaron Rodgers, get your Alexander Madison, looking to get Christian Watson. Did Lazard already go? Did Lazard already go? Oh, yeah. Wow, Lazard at pick 84. Life comes at you fast. Oh, Andy took Brady from you. I guess he really is a piece of shit, man. You guys want another pour? You guys want another pour? This is for the audio listeners out there on In a Vacuum podcast. Alex says, if you haven't done a Mark Ingram and Tyree Jackson correlation yet, you haven't lived. Yeah, was Tyree Jackson, was that the guy, Alex? I saw you had to request Rudman to put him in the player pool. He's some random tight end on the Eagles. Will you tell me the backstory on this? And I do need to draft more Mark Ingram. I definitely do. I definitely need to draft more Mark Ingram. Wow. Bullock, I thought you had to go to work. You literally 3 minutes ago said you had to go to work, and then you say that was your best pour yet. You can't turn me off, Bullock. You're sitting in the back of class, summer school right now. This is why you don't draft Derek Carr in the 10th, because he's going to fall 20 picks past ADP and allow you to get that sweet, sweet week 17 Derek Carr versus Trey Lance correlation. Patience is a virtue. Hashtag value hound in the chat. Can I get some hashtag value hounds in the chat? I have a lot of energy this morning. And I was like, why do I have so much energy? Oh yeah, because I mainlined 2 cups of iced coffee and then poured another cup of coffee. That's the long game you guys have been playing. You just want to see me as caffeinated as possible. Oh, my bad, Bullock. I didn't know that your meeting was canceled. Is that what they call retaking social studies for summer school? They call that a meeting. Okay, Alex giving me the lowdown on Tyreek Jackson. He played quarterback at Buffalo. Eagles love him. Ertz got traded last year. Should be a tight end too after Goddard. I like it. Little contingency bet there. All right. All right. Willis wants me to draft DeMarcus Robinson in the 18th for the stack hashtag value. Where my value hands at? My value hounds at. Woof, woof. My value hounds. God. DJ, you did manifest it. You brought the question up. I said, I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. People wanted me to go out of my way to draft Derek Carr at pick 114. And I said, nah. He'll be there for me at pick 127. A value hound emote. What would a value hound emote look like? Would it be kind of more like a wolf? Just howling? That's kind of what I picture. Value pound. That is some Estonian hound value. GM Dias. Bullock, it's the year of our Lord 2030, and Pete is still making jokes about Bullock going to high school, even though he is now 29. Here's the thing, Bullock. You roast me a lot in the chat, and I love you for it, but you can't just volunteer information that you're 16 years old and not expect me to make jokes. And I did check with your mom. She said I was fine to make these jokes. She says you're actually very mature for your age. And she's also paying me to babysit. All right, what do we got going on here? What do we got going on here? Probably going to take a running back. Probably going to take a running back. Spiller or Hines? Chat, I'll let you choose. Please don't ever say I'm not a man of the people. Let me see Spillers in the chat or Hines in the chat. Spiller or Hines? Chat, you get to decide this pick. We have 25 seconds, so I'm going to need to see these come in quickly. I know we're on a slight delay here. Peter continuing to give back to the chat, letting you make this. I see Hines, Spiller, Hines, Spiller. Keep going. Spiller, Hines. I can't even keep track of this. I tried counting. I'm seeing a lot of Hines. I'm seeing a lot of Hines here, guys. Hines. Hi. Oh, you want Spiller? Oh, yeah. That you can't. You're probably telling me who you want to take. There you go. I took Hines. Imagine taking Nyheim Hines without having a single giant on your roster. What a donkey. Wow. This is a powerful take. I will say, I'll push back against this. I like your bravado here. Matt says Hines if you want to cash, Spiller if you want 2 million. I actually think they're fairly similar as far as their contingent value, right? If Jonathan Taylor gets hurt, I think Hines' role expands, but we still see a decent amount of Phillip Lindsay. If Austin Eckler gets hurt, I think Spiller's role definitely expands, but we still see one of their big body backs, whoever the hell it is, Roundtree, Joshua Kelly, the fuck if I know. But they actually seem like similar bets in that I think they're going to give you a pass catching floor and then decent contingent upside. Not necessarily bell cow upside. Maybe the pushback is, do you guys think Spiller can be a bell cow if Eckler gets hurt? Maybe that's where I'm wrong. I do think people forget. I mean, Hines he's not just he's a different type of player than James White. I mean, the dude does backflips in the end zone, but he seriously can rip off explosive plays, unlike the kind of standard pass catching archetype that we think of. He's an explosive player. Francis says Spiller is slow and not good. I definitely agree with this point. Better offense for Spiller. That's fair. That's fair. I didn't mean to start a massive war about Spiller versus Hines today, but I'm trying to develop player takes. Twitter is mad at me that I don't have any takes on players, and I am trying to develop them. My goal is to be able to come back here in a month and say stuff like, if you fucking take Nyheim Hines over Isaiah Spiller, you're paying the rake. I want to be able to fire off tweets like that. Do you guys know how much engagement I could get if I fired off tweets like that? It would be so good. All right. Carter or Henderson? Do you guys want to do this again? Carter or Henderson? Who should I take? Michael Carter or Henderson? Let the chat decide. You have 11 seconds. Carter, Henderson, Carter, Henderson, Carter, Henderson. I kind of lean Henderson. Carter, Henderson, Henderson. I see a Carter. I see a Henderson. I see a Carter, Henderson, Hendo. I'm doing Hendo. Hendo, 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 Hendo. The problem with crowdsourcing some of these picks is when I win the $2 million, all of you guys are going to come back and be like, where's my cut? Where's my cut? Tyler Laurie, a new member. Welcome to the channel, Tyler. You now have access to gated channels in the Deposit Kingdom Discord. Tyler, I'm not sure if you're already in the Discord, but there are instructions with the FAQ of how to sync your YouTube account to your Discord account, and we'll unlock those channels. Matt says Henderson and Spiller were week 17 correlated. How did I not think through the future correlation of my two running backs? I have failed, Correlation Nation. Willis is asking for a 1% cut. Okay, look at you, Correlation Bros. Could have had the Hendo Spiller correlation. Could have had the LAC LAR correlation. Every person who said Hines and Hendo now have at least 1% equity in this team. I will go back and check. So I swear to God, if you tried to tell me Spiller and Carter, you don't get a cut. All right, so we do need to think through a little bit of our tight end strategy. But I have a wide receiver I want to draft here, provided piece of shit doesn't take him. All right, I'm going to take Joshua Palmer. Am I back in the good graces of Correlation Nation? If I take Joshua Palmer to correlate with Darrell Henderson, will you guys forgive me for my injustices of passing on Spiller? Please, please welcome me back into your community. Please welcome me back to your community. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. The chat goes crazy. I saw someone in the chat say someone else that they thought I should have taken. Patience, my friend. Sometimes you forget that I'm a value hound. Oh, woo! Jesus, I'm really on one this morning. I promise to never do that again. I promise. I promise. Mathology's loving the Hound. Mathology's the ultimate hound dog. If you watch Splash Play, you know that Mathology is a true hound dog. Root, root. All right, I did win people back with the Palmer over the Spiller. Joshua Willis says Palmer is a great bet as the number 3 wide receiver late when the number 1 wide receiver is being drafted in the first 3 rounds. Ooh, thanks, late round QB. Is this I saw you had a new podcast out this morning talking about ambiguous wide receiver groups. Is that a nugget from that? I need to check that out. We need more Pete Howell bits as he gets value every pick. I will howl if I get my guy here in the 15th. No, Bosock says this is becoming a drunk stream, but caffeine instead of booze. My wife had to go into the office this morning too. Normally her office is right above me. And I don't know how comfortable I would be howling right up at her as she's on, far more important meetings than I am. But when she's out of the house, the boys are going to howl. All right. Fur took Hamler. Hamler at pick 150. A little best ball breakfast steam, I mean. Fur. Oh, you're not going to take a third tight end, right? I'm going to get my guy, Gerald Everett here. Boom. Boom. How about a little bit more correlation for you? A little funnel cake here on this beautiful Monday morning and sprinkle a little of that powdered sugar LAC, LAR correlation. Darren Waller, Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett, 6 picks after ADP. Dare I say, I can't even do it. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. I can't even commit to my own bit. Woof, woof. I told you, OX was, 0X was who in the chat earlier said I should have taken Everett, but I knew the value hound always waits. Woof, woof. Ooh. Mathology, are you just Googling various names of hounds at this point? I don't believe that you know all these hound names off the top of your head. Nick Bird just got fired because he howled in his office. Pete needs the Walmart wolf howled shirt. Can we get a value chimpanzee screech next pick? I would prefer not to. I'm not going to howl. You guys are going to want me to howl next Monday? And I'm going to be like, nah, she's on a meeting up there. I don't think that's going to go over. This is a good point. Brandon says, I'd rather Mathology Google hounds than women. If anything, we are reforming him. I do not want to know. I mean, can you imagine Mathology's Google search right now? It's like hottest Peloton instructors, hottest wives and girlfriends of NFL players, names of hounds. That's Mathology's search. All right, what are we going to do here? I'm feeling like a man of the people. Who should I pick? You know what? Maybe a little, Maybe we double up on this. Oh no, we need an Arizona. I'm going to draft an old. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys all right now. I'm going to draft an old. I don't always draft olds, but when I do, they're correlated with my 2 Atlanta players. That one's for you, Leone. Thanks, Leone. Willis knew. Willis knew. The great thing about stacking a 46-year-old wide receiver for week 17 purposes is he's going to really be revving up by the time week 17 goes along. There's no chance that he performs decently when DeAndre Hopkins is out and then kind of fades a little bit because he's 49 years old and younger, talented, more exciting players are emerging. There's no way that happens. Trust the process. Trust the correlation. Easy says, I will regret not having Odell. That sounds like a threat, Eric. You will rue the day you passed on Odell Beckham. Aren't we pretty bearish on Odell's injury return right now? I don't know. Where are the fantasy football doctors at on Odell Beckham? This is good. We assign point values, correlation +1, old and dusty -5. 1 step forward, 5 step back. We're at a 2-4-8-2 build. We are done at quarterback and tight end. We will be tacking on 1 more running back and 1 more wide receiver. What kind of correlation do we still need to flesh out here? We need a little Washington, maybe a little Pitt, maybe a little New York Giants. This is what I was thinking. Odell tore his ACL in February. He might not play. I'm definitely more on the Julio Jones as far as taking like the mystery box veteran who hasn't signed with a team just because at least he's healthy. Eric says, I love how it's looking for Trey Lance this year. You and everyone else, buddy. Have you seen that ADP? I'm old enough to remember when we used to be able to get him in the 11th or the 12th. All right, Fur. What are you going to do, Fur? I'm going to take Brian Robinson. I mean, I see the chat saying J.D. McKissick, 2 Washington guys here. What does J.D. McKissick do for this team? In the words of Eric Beimfohr referencing James White. Nah, I need to swing for the fences. Brian Robinson, come on down. Come on down. Look at this. All of the chat comments from today are getting manifested. Someone saying, would you take 2 quarterbacks who play in week 17? Boom, did it. Someone said, what's the least stacked game? Cleveland, Washington. Boom, did it. What's the sound you make when you scoop a player up 20 picks after ADP? Woo. Woo. Thank you, Bullock. You guys need to tell me I make good picks more often. I have a very fragile psyche. And when you guys tell me that you don't like my picks, it hurts my feelings. You know what we might do here? Because this is the stream of Chekhov's reference. If something was referenced earlier in the stream, it comes back later. I said I've been drafting too much Darius Slayton. Greg Warsh told me he might not even make the team. I got to correlate Nyheim Hines. I mean, imagine walking away from this draft without a giant. And then what's the last box we like to check with our late round picks? Oh, shit. Or am I just going to have to take Julio? I wanted to take Richie James. All right, chat, let me know. Julio or Richie James? Don't forget, Richie James might be beating out Darius Slayton, and he's correlated with Nyheim Hines. The chat, I'm not taking Sterling Shepard. Easy, what's up with you and your infatuation with all these injured dudes? Richie, Julio, Richie. Tyler says Julio is dust. Julio. God, I got timed out and accidentally took Richie James. Sorry, guys. It's Chekhov's show. I had to get my Richie James. There we go. All right, final squad. 2 quarterbacks, Trey Lance and Derek Carr. Fun fact, they do play each other week 17. We have a modified anchor running back build, Nick Chubb being that anchor. C. Patterson, Eskimo brother of Davis Maddock. Nyheim Hines, much to the chagrin of Spiller Nation. Darrell Henderson, much to the chagrin of Michael Carter Nation. And Brian Robinson Jr., much to the chagrin of J.D. McKissick condom wearers. Our wide receivers, we have 9 of them. Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Rashad, the dog, Bateman, Drake London, Brandon Ayuk. Oh, man, right as I'm reading my team, I get rugged. Rashad Bateman, Drake London, Brandon Ayuk, Tyler Boyd, Joshua Palmer, AJ Green, Richie James, tight end, Darren Waller, Gerald Everett. This is what we call a masterclass. A value hound at the peak of his powers. Scooping up correlation, value. The trick is to correlate so well that you can post this screenshot to Twitter, and the anti-correlation bros, they don't even see the correlation. They're just scanning for the ADP being like, did this guy reach? Did he reach for his correlation? You know that's what they're coming for. The anti-correlation bros, they want to get you. They want you to post a screenshot where you took a guy 20 picks ahead of ADP so they can say, they're the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. You reached for that correlation. So how do we combat that? We wait, and we're patient, and we're value hounds. Easy. I'm telling you, Easy, you are obsessed with injured players. Why is James Robinson undrafted? Because he's injured. You're right, MJ. You got me. I uncorrelated Bateman. How could I? Just not enough picks. I almost correlated everyone. Did I have correlation everywhere except Bateman? If Underdog had grades for these drafts, I'd get an F-. Oh, you're right. I did get the week 16 correlation. Remember? That's why I drafted Drake London. I'm back in the good graces, up the grade. Bullock and I are both getting straight A's this year. Thank you, Willis. Please hit the like button. We'll be back today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern for Splash Play. No more puppies left. No more puppies. Are we going to draft a BBM3 team on Spags' account? Nick says, I often hear a distant howling amidst the night, but never knew where it came from. I now can smile to the sky, knowing it's Pete getting a 29 ADP slide on his QB2. It's very poetic. Bullock, congratulations, straight A's. I believe your mother and I said we would give you $1 for every straight A you got. Congratulations. The Bassett and the Beagle are week 17 correlated. Bullock, I don't speak soccer. Did you see the Holland transfer? Was finally announced by Manchester City. I don't speak soccer. All right, guys. We will be back 2:30 Splash Play. We also are flexing Club Top Shot from Tuesday night to tonight. We're going to do a live companion stream with the NBA Finals. Andy, MBL, myself, maybe some special guests swinging by. So if you guys want to join us to watch some basketball or baloncesto, as they say, I appreciate you guys. We're here every Monday morning drafting best ball breakfast teams. And if you are wondering what the hell is going on with all this week 17 stuff, I recommend watching that video that Michael Dubner and I put together on why week 17 is so important. Have a blessed week. May all you value hounds be screaming at the moon in ecstasy.